How are we going, everyone? On the program yesterday morning on 3AW, we were talking, well, I had a call come through about a citrus tree. It's discolouring, it's not doing well, needs to be taken out of the ground, repotted. What do we do? So I thought I'll quickly touch base, and I did mention that I was going to do a little demo on it. So what I prepared here are two grapefruit trees that I had turn up, or I had from a previous property, but in pots and neglected. And I've had to cut them right back down, and you can see the new growth that's come on here. It's been a while that it's come on. These are in dire straits again, meaning they need, oh look at that, we had a caterpillar going on. It's gone. Anyway, we had, yeah, it's dire straits, meaning they need fertilising. So rejuvenated the plants, both of them here. This one's been attacked by caterpillars. Both of them have got rust on it because of the erratic weather we're having there. Quickly on the weather, yesterday 34, 35 degrees, stinking hot, dry as. Today 16, 17, windy. We had a monsoon shower earlier on, 5 minutes, 100 mil. It bucketed down, it's disappeared, wet everything. It's about to come again, so I'm standing under a band of clouds that are about to dump on me. So I'm going to try and be quick with this one here. These plants, obviously, with the change in weather, have struggled. They've been in this little veggie garden. The worst spot to plant the citrus, and I showed you the other one that's taken off. I'm trying to condition the citrus tree to grow, because once it establishes, it's fine. It's getting it to that stage, which is the hard part, a couple of years of efforts. So these are a couple of years old here. Cut them back down, nearly dead. Coming to life, they need a liquid feed. So if you've got a problem like this, they need a liquid feed. They need to be sprayed with a disease control pack. They need a copper band around it. See, this copper band has come off here. I haven't been careful with it, but I've also got it around the trunk. So you can apply it around the trunk of your tree, the copper band, to stop the snails getting up, because they love citrus. They get stuck into it. Now this one, old leaves were eaten, but after the copper band, no more damage. This is the new one. These are the old leaves. This sort of stuff here, don't persist with these. They're gone. Just pick them off, get rid of them. The rusty leaves, like that, and that way, before you realise, use a secateurs or anvil cutters, do this. I was just trying to pinch them off, which is the wrong thing to do. It's pretty rigid, this one. So I've stripped the old leaves now. Make sure I don't cut the stem. Up. Looking better already. A little bit thinner on the leaves, obviously, because I've taken so many off, but I've cleaned off the bad ones. So this is what we do. You can cut half a leaf or a full leaf. So already it's looking better. Don't have to spray it, liquid feed it. Half the reason the problems occur on plants is because they're malnourished. They're not watered properly, or they're lacking the nutrients in the soil, the activity. So fix your soil, the plant can look after itself. Touch wood so far, the only damage I've had is from the potatoes being dug up by the chickens. There's a patch there that sort of died off a little bit. You know, we've had some cabbage white butterfly get in here because we leave it open. We need the pollinators to come in. So they've laid a few eggs here and there. We've got caterpillars eating the bottom old leaves, but all the new leaves are nice and clean because they've moved on. The plants are healthy. They're looking after themselves. Even the sickly capsicums that I had, or chili plants, these were sickly little seedlings. They were grown in soil, in garden soil, in a little pot. They were struggling. I've popped them in here, and it's a bad way to show you, but over here, these little ones down here, the old leaves, you can see how bad they are, struggling. But if you take a close look, if you can see them, the new growth in the middle and the crown of them, it's starting to show. That's got some great growth on it. Tomatoes are great. I've got to tie them up. They've grown again, so I've got to put a couple of more ties on those. They're healthy. So what these need now is a top up with compost. I'm just going to use the biochar potting mix, which has got compost in it already, to top them up, because fresh soil is better than nothing on top. So just chop these up like so, because when you water, you're flushing out, technically you're flushing out the nutrients. Everything that comes out of the base of the pot is nutrients being captured by the water and just, you know, washing away. So if you had a saucer, you could actually take out the water that it catches, store it in a bucket, and then pour it back into the plant again, so you're not letting it run off. But that means you need a saucer on every pot plant, and you've got to go around and collect it after you've done it. So just a little top up like that is all you need to do, and liquid feed them. Nothing else wrong with these plants, they just need a liquid feed and they'll green up. Eco Butch and Liquid Gold, haven't got them here yet. That's what they need. I'll do this at the end. So put them aside. And this is the plant that I was talking about. This has struggled. Look at the damage. Look at that. All right, that's old wood there now. It looks dead to me, but it's not. See that underneath, how much alive it is? Now, I've scratched along here as well. to see. It's a little bit yellow there, so the middle part here is dying off on us, and the top part is still green. So we've got too much growth on top. We need to get rid of all this. We're going to take it down. Oh, let's have a look. Now remember, if you look at the root system below, there's not much of it. It's gone. So we'll just do a little V shape here, get rid of the top. Ultimately, we'll end up doing what we've done there, working our way back down. See how low that is now? And that's what's happened, but we need to get some growth on this. So what we do is inspect the roots. A lot of yellow roots. You want white fibrous roots. There's nothing really here. There it is. So there is life. This has been taken out, and what I've done is soaked it in liquid gold water, and liquid gold, that's our seaweed solution. Sat it in there for a day or two, but I did take it out after a couple of hours. I let it sit under some mulch away from direct sunlight, and I put it back in again. So I kept hydrating it. This is especially yesterday because it was really hot. Away from direct sun, sat it in for a few hours, took it out so it doesn't drown. It needs to breathe as well. And now it's ready for potting up. You can leave it in for up to 10 or 12 hours quite safely, but don't leave it in there for more than that. The plant starts to go backwards. Now, cut off any damaged or diseased roots. If you see anything that doesn't belong in it, take it out. And if you see anything broken, cut it off neatly. This is pretty good. You know, this bending over here is because it was in a small pot to start with, and that's the force causing it to bend. So all we're going to do is find the pot that's about twice the size of the root ball. Thereabouts, see that? We've got plenty of room at the bottom, plenty of room on the top, and a little bit of room around the side. So we've got all that space to fill in. So technically this is big enough. If you go any bigger than this, you stand the risk of rotting the roots out again. Or basically, yeah, it's going to swim in too much moisture and it becomes stagnant, the soil that is. Now I'm using our biochar potting mix, our premium potting mix. It's got everything in it. It hasn't got black grit in it, but at this stage we don't need to really add it in. All we do is put a little bit at the bottom, typical potting up of plants, like that. And then we sit our plants inside there, carefully measuring it off. See, now that's a little bit high. I think I put too much in there. I'm just going to pour some out. Like that there. There we are. So we've got a covering up to about there. That's not too bad. We're happy with that. All right, so the roots buried in there, and now we just top it up a bit more all the way around carefully. That's balancing pretty well for me. Tap the pot as you're filling it up, spin it around so you can get an even balance all the way through. And I'll give you one more little trick, or I'll share one more trick with you. Get yourself a little bamboo stick like this, and just, so rather than using your fingers and pressing it down too much, try and find cavities, because there were plenty of cavities within the root ball where soil won't get in there that easily. Now you can tap like that downwards, and it'll pack itself down and hopefully fill out all the cavities. But see, sometimes you find a few soft spots. Don't force it in, so you're not trying to break through the root ball. You're just trying to find where the soft spots are, and just push a little bit of soil into there without compressing the roots. So that way you get a nice balance of soil, no air pockets, because that's what will kill a plant. That's what I did with one of my maples around the dam. Had an air pocket, dry it out. No matter how much water I gave it, the roots were always exposed to air, not enough moisture and soil around them. So top it up a bit more. I'm doing it really simply here so I don't make a mess of my fingers. There we are. And always practice caution, folks. If you don't want to touch soil with your bare hands or compost or anything, wear your gloves, wear your mask, wear whatever you want to protect yourself with. It's your decision, your body, your health, your life. So that's it for me there. Done there nicely. A little bit more actually. It's going to sink. Bugger this. Put the hand in. There we are. Like that. Now that will compress and you probably have to top it up again. And all we need to do is liquid feed it. Now, liquid gold is all you need at this stage because the plant's gone through a major shock change. It needs to be taken care of. If you over fertilise, you've got more chances of killing it than doing any good for it. So just a liquid gold, this is the only thing you need, a plant tonic. A little bit of that, 10-20 mils, not too much. I've got about a 6 litre watering can here. Let me stir that a little bit. So this is a weak solution. Keep in mind, it was soaking in liquid gold already. So all we're trying to do now is hydrate the potting mix that we're using with our liquid gold to get it to take care of the wonderful plant. These will need some Eco Butch, but I'm just going to use up the liquid gold that I have here for now. And the next batch, or next time I water them, I'll have a solution mix using both Liquid Gold and Eco Butch, and you can mix the two together. You can do a weekly, folks, which is 20 mils half strength of each in 9 litres, applied weekly on every plant you have in your garden. Or you can do a fortnightly or up to monthly of a full strength, applied again to all your garden. And if you've got a 2 litre click on, hose on, empty bottle, you can fill that up again. And we've had a lot of emails come through requesting what the mixing rate is. So whatever size click on hose bottle that you have empty available, if it's a 2 litre, you put 10% of the total volume in the liquid fertiliser. So a 2 litre bottle will hold 200 mils of Liquid Gold or Eco Butch, or combined if you like, 100 mils of each. So 200 mils of either the two, or 100 mils of the two combined to make 200 mils. Then fill it up with water to make the 2 litres. Click it on your hose and knock yourself out in the garden. So Eco Butch Liquid Gold available on our website. If you're potting up, do not fertilise, do not compost your potting mix. Get a quality biochar potting mix is what I use, the premium one. Only a liquid fertiliser, Liquid Gold or seaweed solution if you have, until it settles down. And if you start seeing new growth coming at the bottom and you don't see anything on top, get ready to remove the remaining part and work your way back down. And my guess is all this is going to come out when all this starts to green up again. So we're giving the roots a chance to kick on. Once they grow, this will grow and everyone's happy. Then we'll have more plants that have acclimatised to our harsh environment that we have here, and we'll get them growing and hopefully produce some fruit. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. Our pre-Christmas sale special, which is free delivery, ends tonight at midnight, that is. So shop online, get your discount up to 80% off by using the coupon code Merry Christmas, I keep saying it backwards, Merry Christmas, which is spelled XMAS, to get up to 80% off and free delivery for all orders over $20. Other than that, I'll see you tomorrow morning. From me, Vasili, Maresi.